and it is a good morning because it's Saturday and it's the morning and it's very, very sunny and I'm feeling a lot brighter and I've got the week off. So, unfortunately I'm going away, so I've got today and I've got next weekend to actually crack on and get some bits and bobs done. So I've got a good couple of hours today. The plan is to push on with getting this sill extension in and hopefully get this last bloody panel welded into the car for the time being at least. I don't think there are any more panels that I need to weld. A few to bolt on of course and some tinkering, but this, fingers crossed, is the last piece. A really big day, really excited. So for those that are new, I'll spin the camera around, show you where we got to, and I've had some just a couple of very, very helpful comments that make all the difference when when you're not yourself and you're looking at things differently. So I'll talk about that quickly. Is the sill that we are talking about, the floor extension piece, I think it's called, part of the sill, creates part of the box section, and got it all lined up and in, and I started to get into a bit of a flap about this gap here, and maybe this flat inner wing section isn't lined up properly, and the alignment is off in places, and what can I do? Well, then of course somebody said, well, why don't you weld it in as it is now, because that fits great. That's brilliant. And actually this fits great all around here. You can see it lines up lovely. So the comment really is, weld it in, your Wally. Just get that welded in, get that sorted out, and then once it's in, and you can see here it even lines up pretty well. So tack it in place, get this seam in place, and this is the original line you can see there from the old one, so that's pretty good too. Get that in place and then do everything else I need to do under here, roll it back over, and then put the wing and the door and bolt it all on, just see what kind of alignment we've got, rather than cutting and guessing, because this has been repaired a number of times by a number of people. The geometry is totally lost. Let's do it that way around, because I don't know, maybe this is right. No one knows. So rather than cutting and committing to an unknown, let's finish it off, put the wings, doors, bonnet straps, everything in, so that we know what we're dealing with, and then only cut it once we know. So, and that was, it sounds quite obvious now. It's I say it out loud, but at the time it was a right old, I was going down the wrong path. So today, quickly gonna grind back some of these welds so we can get a nice flush finish. Only there really. Clean this up a bit more. I bought some paint stripping sort of sponge brushy things you put on the grinder. See how I get on with that. And then line this up again. Take all of this, protective paint off, and get it in. Let's get it on the car, and then we are pretty much complete with new panels and bits and pieces. There's a bit more work to do on the underside, grinding this all off, going over some of these old welds, rust proofing it, putting all this together and welding that up. But for all intents and purposes, done. Let's get on with it. That's nice and cleaned up. I've only done this one side for the time being, because that's the bit that's going to be on the inside. I've cleaned up where I'm going to be welding, and then the rest I can clean up when it's on the actual car. So next little job, tidy up under here where I need to. I'm not going to prime any of this yet, because I'm going to be welding very close to it. And one thing I am learning is that any contaminants in the weld really cause problems. So yeah, a bit of a clean up around here. Maybe just go over there a little bit. That's about it really. I mean, it's not pretty, but I can still get into all of this through the box seal here to rust proof all that. If I rust proof it now, like I say, I'm just going to cause troubles. So I'll probably put an injection thing in there and fill it up with something. To be decided. I'm not going to open the debate on rust proofing. It seems to really get people going, like a bit like Android and Apple for some reason. So we'll leave that one for later. So a bit of cleaning up, and then we'll mount it on, ready for some final welding. Right, so this is the new sort of brush that I'm using. Wheel. strip disc. Reminds me of a 90s Amiga disc I once had. Something totally off topic there. So cleaned it all up. It's come out really nice. Gone over this, rubbed it down a little bit. There's a few burrs I need to get rid of, a few thin bits here that I need to pull out just because that might cut. There you go, like that. I should be careful, I'm sure, because that's going to be sharp. So a little bit more work to do. I've ground off where I needed to. I haven't ground off where I don't. I've gone over lightly. I will need to just check the top here because I don't know if you can see there. It's a little bit wobbly from where, because it was welded on and it's bent it in a few places. So I need to tap that back as well. Just a little bit more work and then I will put on the sill. Oh, is it a sill? Is it a floor pan extension? You know what I mean. Anyway, it will be going. Quite tricky to show with one hand, but what I'm trying to do is offer this piece up. So, now I'm a little bit, not concerned, it's the wrong word. Sorry, really I'm not organised. I think I need to trim a little bit off the bottom of this B-post bottom, because I think it's just sitting a little bit too low. And I know these aren't pressed too well either, because even if it's super tight, you can see the holes don't line up. So I kind of need to get that flush, which makes sense because I'm struggling to get it to line flush at this end at least with the sort of the box sill. So if we go along the top here, oh, I don't know if you can see, it gets better. I've got a little stool here that one of my kids managed to fish out of a river, which is handy. Another true story. And then yeah, a bit of bending around and messing about. But I think we're going to get there. So it's going to be tricky to film any of this. So I'm just going to spend some time trying to align things, knock things around a bit, excuse me, and then bring you in when I think I'm happy with it. And I'm going to have to switch the camera off with my nose. So here we go. It's apt. One of my favourite songs just came on before I pressed record. So I am fairly pleased with this. I mean, I've got different lengths. I don't know what's happened. I mean, I haven't adjusted any of this. I think this has always been a bit wrong. It doesn't line up great there. But it lines up great here now. I've got a bolt in. Got a little lap so I can weld onto there. I'll be able to pull the back together. So what I ended up doing was trimming off the inside face here between the B post and the floor extension. So that's all now lined up nicely. This is pulled together quite well, so I can tap this back and I can get some welds in there. I've still got this gap here and I can clamp that together, but I'll be leaving all of this area. I'll weld this part here, I think, just get that in, and then I'll leave this part so I can, well, all I've got to do, if I even need to do it, is cut the back out here and tap that down, so I could weld up to here really. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll probably put some Tech screws through here to hold that nice and tight whilst I weld that up. Oh, how exciting. Yeah, it's going to go all right, I reckon. So a bit of welding now, and may even tackle clean. Oh, music stopped. That's a shame. Great tune. May even do a bit of cleaning up and going over some of the old welds and just tidying up. I've got a bit of time, so I might as well. But let's get this on first. Exciting. Is this it? Is this actually is exciting? Because touch metal. Last panel I'm going to weld in. Not the last bit of welding, that's for sure, but I think this is the last panel. Happy days. I think we're ready for the big weld. I'm really pleased with how that went. So put a few Tech screws in, but nice and flush, nice and clean. I can clamp that when I need to. Even got the bolt in. Woo! We are doing all right. So I don't know why I did that stupid voice. I do apologise. As you can see, the dog is. I mean, look at it. It's like bloody. It's like. Is it LA or is it Chicago in the 70s where they're just burning stuff under bridges? It's like that. Even got a dead dog by the looks of it. Don't worry, it's not really dead. So, welding, welding, welding. And then that's the last panel, kind of welded. Yes, yes. We can do something else soon. We can do something else. Well, not too bad, eh? It's all welded up. That bit's particularly good. That bit's particularly bad. But between it all, it's pretty okay, I suppose. I mean, I've come a long way from over a year ago now. Tried to tidy this up and plug the holes that are left and things. It's not too bad. I need to go over that again. Left this area clear. A tiny little weld through there just to hold that in. That's nice and aligned. I'm very pleased with that. That's good, isn't it? Ooh. Bolted in. Lovely. Got a few welds through there. Job's a good one. So I think what I'm going to do, just to break the monotony a little bit, is spend some time cleaning up this area and welding it from this side, just to make sure that that ain't going to go nowhere at 30 miles an hour. Put a weld in through here. Finish welding that bottom sill. Clear up this area. I mean, can you imagine I tidy that up and it's just full of holes and I have to put a new section in? Can you imagine that? That's not going to happen, surely. That's never happened before on this project, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to get the use a new whatever it was called, the saucy disc, strip disc. Dun, 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 dun. I'm losing my mind, aren't I? Right, bit of cleaning up, and then I think that'll be it for the day. I've already been at it for a good few hours. Maybe spend some time with the family would be a good idea. Cleaning up first. Well, I think I'm done for the day. I've managed to burn my arm. Ow. I mean, I've got a bit carried away, to be honest with you, but that ain't bloody going nowhere now. I basically built the tunnel, the prop shaft tunnel, out of welding wire, so that's pretty impressive. What else have I done? I've done that. I've gone through here. Started to get a bit frustrated, started to rush. So that's the time to stop, isn't it? Isn't it? That's right. So I've got the next visit through here will just be tidying up these this sill extension here. That really won't take long, actually. Clamping that, welding that, clamping and welding. Maybe that will just be the next session. And that is that for the time being for welding. We're gonna roll this thing. No, we're not. We're gonna prime it all up, clean it down. I suppose we're putting it back on the chassis very, very soon. Goodness. Oh my goodness. So there we are. Let's even make it look a little bit more complete. Let's taking that off. Oh my goodness. So even there we are. I mean, I think that makes quite a jolly thumbnail, don't you? Brilliant. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate the comments. Getting my head straight on how to deal with these bits and bobs. Onwards and upwards.